Yeah, welcome back.
I'm gonna make us some coffee real quick because I'm tired.
So,
Did she bring us 2 cups?
yeah. Oh my gosh, that was nasty. Hey,
Emily.
Sorry. So, like a fool, yesterday, I got out yesterday morning and was helping Mikey work on some firewood. I've been feeling great the last 2 days, guys. Been feeling great.
Because he finally took it easy.
Yesterday morning, I had enough sitting around, and I got out, was helping Mikey with some firewood and helping carry firewood in. And honestly, it didn't hurt me. I mean, I felt that I was probably doing a little too much. You know, I was starting to feel it a little bit. And then last night, I got down and was putting wood in the wood stove and pulled that muscle again, or, aggravated that muscle again in my back. And guys, I like to never even got up off the ground. It took me, 30 minutes to get in bed last night.
So that's from the time he sat on the edge of the bed. Now our bed is up against the wall because of how our bus is in here. So he can't just go to his side of the bed and lay down.
Yeah. And then I laid there, and there is no way I could find a position that wasn't just an absolute constant pain in my back.
We tried even I'd have him roll a little bit and try to tuck the pillow under him, and that wouldn't help. So
I wound up having to get up and go outside and sleep on the couch last night. And sitting up in the recliner, not on the couch, sitting up in the recliner.
Mm-hmm. And then I had to get up every 2 hours to stock the wood stove to keep Wiley warm out there.
She about burnt me up.
Yeah.
She was doing too good of a job. Yeah.
I'm a bit of an overachiever sometimes.
Anyway, so that's enough for my whining this morning.
Yeah.
Or this afternoon.
So we'll just say hi to people.
So we've already, the chat's already went by so much, I'm not sure if I skipped anybody, but howdy Rachel, hi Kathy, hi Eric, hi Peter, hi Greg.
Rachel. Oh, you already said Rachel.
Yep. Hi Christy, hi Charlene.
Christy. Oh, yeah.
Hi Helen.
And
Country to Coast, hi.
Hey Sheila.
Hi Sheila.
Hey Kim.
Hi Kim. Anyway.
Hey Larry.
Howdy Larry. So I threw my back out again, guys. But the saving grace is, whenever we got up this morning, or when Jen got up this morning, she got a phone call from FedEx, and FedEx was like, "Hey, we've got a package we need to deliver to you guys. Can y'all give me your address and
I wasn't going through that again."
And Jen was like, "Nope, we're not doing that. Keep it right there where it's at, and I'll come get it."
And it was
it was our what is it?
Flexi
Spot chair.
This is not a paid promotion.
Yeah, this is not a paid promotion on the live stream. But there will be one coming up on our mountain home. But guys, oh my gosh, that thing has heat, massage. It lifts all the way up, where you stand up and get out of it, and then it'll set you all the way back down. Oh,
trying to get him off the regular couch is a 2-person job almost. So that is so awesome.
That thing is amazing.
Oh amazing. My, LOL FedEx, yeah. Sheila said our package should be here in a couple of days. Sweet.
Oh, awesome.
So I believe it's Tuesday. We have to make a trip back to Oklahoma because I have a doctor's appointment. Perfect for your back. Absolutely.
That was As soon as Jen got home with it, her and the boys jumped on it, got it put together, and man, I'm gonna sleep so good tonight.
Yeah. He said he's gonna sleep in the chair. I'm like, okay. I told Emily it's her turn to babysit tonight.
Hi, Susan. I was in my 40s when my back started acting up. I just brushing my teeth for work. Next thing I knew, my knees hit. Yeah, totally.
Oh my gosh.
I'm there with you, Christy. That's pretty much. I mean, wasn't brushing my teeth, but I mean, basically the same thing happened to me. Yeah.
He tried to pick up his fork the other day, and it hurt real bad. Hey, Barb, how's it going?
Hey,
Flexi
Barb.
Spot, a wife, all in one. Hey, Greg and Gina, how's it going? We're doing great. Just waiting for this coldness to disappear so we can get to work.
Yeah, no
Same,
kidding.
Rachel.
Yeah.
Our main goal right now is staying warm.
Yeah. Will the chair hold two? Eric, almost. It's actually pretty darn good size,
It's
but
an extra large.
you know, I'm not a little guy either, so yeah.
Neither one of us are small. It'd probably hold two skinny people.
Yeah.
But
It's
we're
definitely one of those that's made for a bigger person.
Mhm.
The one we got anyway is, I think, you know, I know a lot of the other people
Hey,
have
Cindy.
gotten these, but they're a little bit different, each one of them. The one that we got is absolutely awesome.
Cindy, I'm sorry to hear that. Dang. She said she fell on ice on Friday night and has been in pain ever since.
Man.
I've slipped and fell on ice before, and that does
Why
not feel
did
good.
Black Sheep find someone to move their trailer? They have made some phone calls and still getting bids and stuff like that.
Trying to figure out how they're gonna gather up the money. So, they do. Liz and Micah both work, but with payments like $800 a month for their shed, it gets kind of hard saving money. And you have 6 kids. No, they've got 5 right now. 6 is on the way.
Howdy, Joe.
But yeah, I slept like a baby in ours. It's amazing. We got the XL gray chenille one. I think that is
may
the
be
same
what
one
we
we got. I don't know.
But
It's the
I
XL
thought, was it Rachel you
it's
were
the
saying?
XL Cloud is what we've got.
I was going to say, wasn't Rachel the one you were saying had the USB ports in it and stuff?
Yeah.
Ours don't have that. Ours ain't that fancy. But it's got heat, massage, and, you know, does all the movements. And it lays like, I can't
Almost
do it
flat.
because I can't lay flat right now. But it'll lay just almost flat.
So it could also serve as a guest bed if you have
Howdy, Larry.
company and you're willing to share it. Wiley still isn't working.
Hey, Patrick.
Hey, everyone. Yeah, Wiley's still not working. He went down. Well, earlier we went down to
Hi, Bob.
Jeff's, and me and him and Michael had to unclog bobblehead sink.
Yeah, I worked. I had to go down
Yeah.
and unclog bobblehead sink. Yep.
Oh my, here we go. Another week with the fake Chevy guy.
Hey, Reverend Joe.
How's it going? We have the XL Classic. The USB is in the end of the remote that raises the foot and headrest.
Oh, did you happen to notice it?
I did not. Maybe it's...
We didn't look in our remote, so yeah, it might be there. I don't know.
I don't know if ours is the XL Cloud, I think.
Helen, I do believe that was probably Lily out there running around making noise that you heard. Yeah.
And it wouldn't be surprised me if it was Lily making cat sounds, because cats are Lily's favorite thing in the whole
She
wide
even
world.
found a piece of rope about 4 foot long the other day and tied it to the back of her jeans and running around like she has a tail.
Yeah. We remind her regularly that she can be anything she wants to be when she grows up, but a cat ain't one of those things. So don't worry about that. But and then she also took some styrofoam out of one of the packages that we got. She took some styrofoam and cut. I'm pretty proud of her, actually. She cut little triangles to make cat ears. And then she had some like stuff for making hair bows. And so she took the little alligator clip things for making hair bows. And she used some tape and taped it onto the styrofoam. And so now she can clip it in her hair. And she's got cat ears and a tail.
Well, Christy, I'm going to tell you something. You know, of course, like I said, this is a brand new deal. We just got it. It ain't, you know, I've sat in it for maybe 30 minutes at the most so far because we just got it put together and, you know, using it and stuff. But I can tell you for less than a $500 investment, that chair is awesome. Awesome. Because I've seen some high dollar like Lazy Boys and stuff like that probably wasn't as comfortable as that chair.
Yeah.
So.
We don't know. We haven't tried Lazy Boy, but
I have.
I would give it a shot if I had the opportunity.
I have.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that it's just as if not more comfortable than the Lazy Boy. And
I already have
Patrick, it wasn't that. Okay. It was it was under his sink.
His kitchen sink. Yeah. More like his dishwasher clogged his plumbing. I already have 2 pinched nerves at C4 and 5 and 3 pinched nerves at T12, L1 and L2. Most of my pain is in the cervical area.
Oh, wow.
And headaches. Oh, no. That is awful.
Hi, Larry. Just kind of sort of woke up.
Where's the children?
Hi, Evelyn.
They're out there.
Yeah, they're all out there somewhere.
Oh,
I get it, Jim, without going there.
We had the same talk with Emily when she was little. Yeah. Like, I don't care if you pretend while we're at home. That's cool.
I mean, a good imagination is fun. It's not,
it's awesome.
You know,
yeah.
But yeah, that we're not going to be buying you a litter box.
No. Not unless it's like, you know, a sandbox to play with your like kinetic sand in. Yeah. Buy a pair of boots for $50. Only been worn
Eric said,
times.
Jen, there used to be human cats, but not since the election. It's not a lot of people. Right.
In Amber's video the other day, we were talking about, you know, she was saying that she identifies as out of order right now because she's just pregnant and just doesn't feel like it. And I was like, wait a second, can we even identify as what we want anymore? We better be careful. YouTube's gonna get mad at us. Right.
Sheila said, would you like to buy a pair of boots for $50? They only been worn 2 or 3 times. I sent you a picture of them.
Oh, my phone is up there. And I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah,
so
we're
you probably heard me here. You probably heard a doorbell sound when you sent it because I forget to turn my phone off.
As long as you don't let her use the litter box. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No. No way.
You're just ruining all my fun with your facts. We have a couch and love seat and recliners. Love them. Except they are not cloth. Oh, yeah. I've always really wanted those leather style couch, but not the slick leather, the more rough leather kind.
Mm-hmm. I've had the slick leather and they are super cold. Like, we have leather seats in our truck too. And they either get really hot in the summertime or really cold in the wintertime.
Patrick said, I identified as a wild teenager, but my body vetoed that. Yeah, that's no joke.
They slipped off our porch a few years ago and screwed up my back. I wake up every morning sore and hardly able to move for about an hour or 2. I feel you there, Helen, because I had my back surgery and I really feel like there's something wrong with it. I think that my hardware has come loose and I'm really glad I scheduled the appointment when I did because I had to schedule it like a month out. And I'm really glad I did because now my appointment comes up in a couple of days and we'll be able to get, you know, I'll be able to get x-rays and stuff and see what's going on back there. But it's been hurting a lot more lately. Ford Dude said he's got a lazy boy that's got a small refrigerator and cup holder in one arm and the other arm has another cup holder, phone charger, and a pocket for my phone and remote. All the goodies for a fat, lazy man.
Eric said we have old tires. We rolled around like we were cars. Wish I had a quarter for every mile we rolled. Hey,
Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. Eric said there's this pleather. Yeah, that's that kind of more slick, cheaper style. And I've never cared for that kind of material, but yeah.
I wouldn't mind being a teenager again. I got Sheila's message. Wouldn't mind being a teenager again, just without the former stupidity. Yes.
They're harder to get out of when the electric goes off. Well, the good thing about it is we're on solar. So, and I will tell you, that's something that was really super important to us that I had no idea if we was even going to be able to use the actual massage and the heat and all that stuff because we're on solar. But you know, with everything turned on, it was only pulling like 18 watts.
Out its highest.
Which is crazy. That's everything on high, and it was only turning like 18 watts. Absolutely amazing, guys. That's very, very little usage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We pay attention to every single watt because we have to. My seats in my truck are heated. Ours are supposed to be heated. The one in the driver's seat was working, but it just quit. The one in the it's passenger seat. If you turn it on, there's an exposed wire where somebody burnt a hole with a cigarette or something in the seat before we got it. And there was a wire sticking out of there. And one time it about burned a hole in my pants.
Michael said he goes to the bank and identifies as a millionaire. That's a good one, Michael. By the way, howdy.
Yeah, does the accountant play along or the cashier play along with you? Because if so, I need to know which bank you're going to.
Woods bound, howdy. I would die without heated seats. That's what Charlene said.
I love them so much, but you know.
Rachel said it barely uses any power. Yeah, it blows me away that the heat works as well as it does. The massage works as well as it does. And only using about 18 watts of power. That is insane.
I use heated seats year round. Yeah, for your rheumatoid arthritis, yes. Once you have back surgery, it continues. I'm on 3 surgeries and now need a 4th. I've been out of work on disability since 2019.
Yeah, the bad thing is, Janice, is she don't get any kind of disability.
I don't.
And you know, it was work related. It's actually so Workers' Comp is paying for all the surgeries and everything.
But I don't get.
But she don't get any money out of it.
And now we're 4.5 hours, 5 hours from the doctor's office.
Yeah.
So it's literally an all-day adventure to go to the doctor.
I saw a classified ad years ago for a sofa. It was for a sexual sofa made out of stimulated leather. What?
That's interesting. That wouldn't surprise me. They come up with all kinds of weird stuff. Oh, someone had asked me if I had a cage or a rod. I think I have like a plate in there that they put screws in, is what the x-rays look like. Pretty sure. So I don't know if you call that a cage or a rod. I don't know what that is.
I did, Brian. It's pretty good, but I forgot to give it to Jen.
Yeah, he still hasn't showed it to me.
I forgot to give it to Jen and let her see it.
So far, they haven't been cooperative. Who's that?
Heated seats are bun warmers. I worked at a art van furniture up until Emmy was born. I actually like the microfiber that looks like rustic leather. Lasts longer too. Yeah, that rustic leather, that may be what it is microfiber I'm talking about, but it looks like rusted leather or rustic leather. But yeah, that's really cool stuff. They probably call the cops to escort the millionaire to his new 8x8 room. Yeah. Hi, Barbara.
Yeah. Oh, that's what he said. So far, they haven't been cooperative. That's what Michael was talking about. Yeah.
Just got to notice you guys were on. I think it's
actually, I've never applied for disability, Janice.
Hi, Tracy. So, I mean,
yeah, that's what they say. Keep applying. But being workers' comp, federal workers' comp, because I worked for the post office, there's not an attorney that wants to touch it.
Yeah, there's no attorney that'll touch her case. So,
yeah.
Patrick.
But at least they keep paying the medical bills, so that's good.
She's got more than just a screw loose in her back, I promise. Didn't realize I had heated seats in my old car until one night my grandfather yelled,
Man, my butt's getting hot. That's funny.
They do put plates and screws. Screws in my ankle. I broken into 2
pieces. Wow. Cindy, I have a friend
Howdy,
who
Brian.
Just had that happen too, and she had to have a plate put in her ankle, and it's healing up really, really good, but it has been a long healing process for her. So I'll definitely be praying for you. Oh, speaking of prayers.
Howdy, Jamie.
I would like to request prayers from those who are the praying type. Pray for Jody Young. Many of you guys have seen her in the chat. It's been a long time since you've seen her, several months. She ended up getting really, really sick with pneumonia, and she almost died, and she ended up in the ICU for a couple of weeks, and because her body didn't move for a couple of weeks, she got really weak, and she's been in an assisted living center for a couple of months, and her insurance is about to run out, even though she hasn't recuperated. She hasn't been able to, she's still having trouble walking on her own, and after her insurance runs out, she said it's going to be $9,000 a month to continue care. So Jody Young needs y'all's prayers.
Howdy, Sherry. Hey, Jonesy.
Thank you, Evelyn. You still have turning my seat warmer on in the heat of summer. I would sit there and wonder why I was so hot until I looked down. Yes.
Anniver. Hey, good enough homestead. Howdy, Anniver. I haven't seen you in here yet. My name's used to love.
We had another truck that was pretty beat up, and the only thing that worked good was the heated seats. And there was times when my back would hurt. I wouldn't care. I would turn that heat on in the summertime. It's because it had air conditioning. So it didn't matter. I could be warm while Wiley had the air conditioner on.
Hi, Tamara. My surgeon said I would be non-weight bearing for 3 months. 3 prayers. That's the best thing you can do anyway. Yep.
Yeah, that sounds about right for my friend Melissa too. She had to be off of her ankle for months and months. And her poor husband has had to help her do everything.
Yeah.
And he's 30 years older than she is.
Yeah.
He's like, I thought that we were getting married and you were going to take care of me, but I'm taking care of you. Actually, so I don't know if you guys saw it, but I don't know. It's been a month or 2 ago now. Before Thanksgiving, we installed an automatic gate opener for our friend Cece. And his wife, Melissa, is the one who hurt her ankle.
Howdy, Ricky.
So.
Before we get off of
non-weight bearing from February till June. What?
Before we got off of that thought, also, guys, I would honestly, I'd like to say a prayer for her family. You know, a good friend of ours, Lila Newton. We lost her the other day, and that is extremely sad, and she is going to be well missed in the YouTube community, guys. And I would really like to, you know, everybody to say a prayer for her family for sure.
Absolutely. Does Jody have family members to go check on her? She has. When I talked to her, she says that, you know, members of her church come by and check on her. Well, they've come to visit her in the hospital. She has a niece. She never got married or had kids. So I think her niece is it. And I know she's got a brother, but I don't know how far these family members live from her. And she lives on the 2nd or 3rd story of a old Victorian house. So she has to be able to go up and down stairs.
Yes, Patrick, it absolutely was mind-blowing, honestly. Yes, it was very shocking.
Yes. So.
Mike Birch, howdy. I didn't see you come in.
Thanks for all the prayer emojis, y'all. I know that those who, you know, those on the other end of the prayers really appreciate that.
Yeah. All prayer requests from YouTube into my daily prayers. We all have needs.
As well as needs not mentioned.
Yep,
Yes.
Absolutely. Yep.
Hey, Charlene. I don't know if we said hi to Charlene yet.
I'm pretty sure I did. All right. So, yeah. Anyway.
Amen, Cindy. Yep. Actually, it's where 2 or more gather in my name, I am there.
Yep.
Yep.
That's right. How come you ain't never fixed that? Oh, guys.
I can't.
Another exciting thing.
Hey.
Lola May. Another exciting thing that happened.
Amen, Eric.
We had a subscriber help us out, and we was able to get the new processor for our computer. Man, I'm going to tell you something.
Because of a collab offer we did, we were able to put the money that we weren't expecting to get from that with the money that we received to buy the new processor.
Yeah.
So, yay!
Thank you so much, because this was well needed. We just got it put together yesterday, and it seems to be running a whole lot better. I was actually able to use our editing software yesterday. If you guys haven't seen it, I posted my song Shade Tree Grit. I made a video to put with that song and posted it on here today. So yeah, look forward to, I mean, I'm not going to tell you guys it's going to happen in the next week, but look forward to seeing some stuff come up on Emily's channel.
Oh, right.
Because that's what she's been waiting on, is to be able to edit on our computer. And because of that processor not working right, she wasn't able to do that. But yeah, now.
Oh, Patrick said the live is clear. Didn't want to say something. We also, this computer case that Greg had given us, it had a really nice graphics card in it also, but it wasn't compatible with our previous CPU. So when we upgraded the CPU, I was also able to install the new, the bigger, better graphics card. So
thanks, Jonesy. Awesome, and Helen, it is a i7 11700. That's what we was told we needed. So that's what we ordered, and it seems to be working great. So yeah, I don't want to jinx it either, but hey, Sal, it seems to be working great so far. Like I said, I was actually able to use, we was not even able to use the editing software at all. Jen done an upgrade on the editing software, and I guess it must have, upgraded enough that our old processor wouldn't even run it.
Yeah.
So
it would open the program, but when you loaded like video files in there was no video or audio. Yeah. It was, you could see that it should be there, but it wasn't. Yeah. So yeah, Emily should start having videos out. The flag is still backwards. Eric. It's because of my phone. My phone's flipped. Sorry. It like does this mirror image thing and flips it. So the flag is actually correct. It just looks that way in the camera. Sorry.
I actually had a really lot different vision of what I was going to do for a video behind that song. And then I got to playing around, and I thought, you know what, it'd be cool just to go ahead and do that with my truck build video and put that out that way. But I think I'm going to get a little more detailed. Hey, I've actually got a couple more songs I want to make videos for on my channel, and I think I'm going to get a little bit more detailed. It's not going to follow, like my truck build.
Lola. She's getting a little bit blind, y'all. She's starting to get that gray in her eyes, and so now she barks at all kinds of things. Hunter come through the door earlier, and she barked at him like he was a stranger.
Yeah.
So Emily's channel name is Whisk of Wonder.
Yep.
Whisk of Wonder.
Saturday is supposed to be a nice day.
It's going to be her crafting channel. So she's going to be doing cooking videos, like making bread and desserts and crafting. Yesterday she started recording building a dress form. Are you still working on that?
No.
Did you?
Okay, so I actually hate how it looks. I'm gonna have to work on it more and hopefully not hate it. I also changed the name.
Oh.
Because I was.
Oh, you changed your channel name?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Whisk of Wonders.
Would be like food related.
Did you change it already?
Yeah.
Oh, what'd you change it to?
So now we're finding out she changed her channel name. So yeah.
I didn't even know she changed it. This is the first time I've heard of it. So
I thought I told you whenever it happened.
So don't go looking for Whisk of Wonder. So
well, we can try on it.
Yeah.
It is actually yesterday. Was pretty decent. I mean, I'm low 40s yesterday, but man, it's such a change. It was nice outside. Today was pretty much the same. It was nice outside. But that's what pretty much caused me to mess my back up again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Helen, if you are going to buy a computer, I recommend buying one that is designed for gaming. The higher quality you can afford, the better. Because if you're going to be using editing software to edit videos and you want to do any kind of, if you want to do a text overlay, so, you're doing a recipe video and you want to like do an overlay with your ingredients right there, you're going to need a better program. Because if you just have a super cheap run of the mill computer, it's going to freeze up with those overlays. Yeah. If you want to be able to clip it and cut it and use transitions, you're going to need a decent computer. If all you are doing for YouTube is shooting a vlog where you're talking to the camera, where it's all one clip, you can do that with a cheap computer. But in my experience, you need a good computer if you want to be able to grow your skills and do cool things in your videos. So Wiley and the boys of Fort Wiley too. Yeah.
Whoops.
Jen, you and Amber with the other girls need to have a channel called The Girls of Fort Wiley. Oh,
yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I agree.
Lynn, I do not know what the name of her channel is yet. We're gonna have to. She can't even remember what it is.
I thought I had it on my thing, but I don't.
She can't even remember what it is. I don't know. Or use CapCut app on your phone to edit. Right. I use my editing software on my phone and it works okay, but it's not a full service. Like there's so much more that you can do on the computer than on the phone. But I've gotten really good at doing it all on my phone.
Rachel, that's what we've been doing forever is on our phone. But she did get to where she was able to do them a lot quicker and easier on the computer. And then she updated that program and then the processor we have wouldn't run it. And
it started out first going really slow. It took 10 hours to export a 20-minute video one time. We had to keep the generator running for 10 hours just so I could produce one video. And after that, I decided I wasn't using the computer anymore until we had upgraded it.
Thanks, Great Outdoors. Wiley, I have a question you might know the answer to. I have a Mr. Buddy heater running in the basement and my propane tanks keep freezing. Why would that happen? So it's not your propane tank, it's your regulator. There gets a little bit of moisture in your regulator. Just the way I done it in Oklahoma was I had a
cheap heating pad.
A cheap heating pad, and I just you wrap it around that deal and plug it in somewhere. Maybe wrap that with a little bit of insulation or something. But it's your regulator that's freezing. They have they have a little tiny orifice that the gas goes through, and any kind of moisture in that system, and it'll freeze up just like that in really cold temperatures.
Helen, I had no idea about CapCut. I don't use it, so I have no idea about if it's owned by the same company as TikTok.
Even at that, your propane tank and your
outdoors,
regulator and everything, if you have like a box you could set over it and fill that up with insulation, get just anything you can do to wrap around your, like I said, basically it's your regulator, but anything you can do to encapsulate all that and keep a little bit of warmth in there helps out a lot. FedEx delivered my package to the wrong dang house today. Oh yeah, no. That's about right.
Yes. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, this morning I got a call from FedEx that said, hey, your address isn't correct. They had the right address, but they said it wasn't right. And so she called me and I told her, just hold it at your location and I will come get it. I drove over an hour to go get our recliner. So Fort Smith is over an hour each way.
Brian says he's got 17 subs now.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
It's cold outside. I feel like God want me to suffer and have no one I feel sorry for. I feel lost. Sorry. Just rambling to you. Feel better and watching you guys make me feel a little better. Wow, Sal.
Well, come around more.
Yeah.
We'll cheer you up the best we can.
TikTok and CapCut owned by the same company.
I didn't know that.
When TikTok went down on Sunday, so did CapCut. No kidding. I didn't know that.
I had no idea about that. We don't use TikTok either.
Well, she says we don't use TikTok. I have TikTok, and I'm actually thinking about starting to share, especially some of these songs that I'm doing with videos. I'm thinking about putting them over there also. We'll see. I'm not sure. I haven't been on it in a long time, but yeah. I was wondering, that's why Emily has downloaded.
Glenn said I hit 130 subs. Heck yeah, that's awesome.
Pray it warms up soon, brother. Yeah.
You
said you're like in upstate New York, didn't you, Sal? I can't remember where you said you was at. I'm pretty sure it was northeast somewhere, but I can't remember exactly.
Ever since I talked my sister Amber into starting a YouTube channel, our main channel, Our Mountain Home, has grown like crazy. We are over 17,000 subscribers now. I never thought we'd get to 100.
Yeah.
And then we got
no
to
kidding.
100. I never thought we'd make it to 1,000. And then never, and ever did I think we'd make it to 17.
Right, right.
It's crazy. But
well, here's the thing. I mean,
Tamara, maybe.
All this, and I, you know, I guess this ain't going to get too political, but all of this crap about TikTok and China spying on all of us and all that crap, guys, I promise you, China hasn't gotten anything off of TikTok that they're not getting other places. They've already got your info if they're going to have it. That's just a bunch of, that's just a crock about TikTok.
Same with Temu.
Every one of them, all these other countries, all their spyware, all that stuff, I promise you, they're not getting anything more off TikTok than they're getting off that Samsung phone you're using.
Right, because it's made in China too.
Yeah.
They've already got all that built into your phone before you even get it.
Yeah.
That's enough conspiracy theories for one live stream.
I've been trying to explain that to Jen, but
that's Liz calling me, but I'm not answering.
Jen still refuses to understand it, even though, you know. Howdy, Troy.
Yeah, Google and Facebook spy on us more than TikTok does, right? Yeah. And it's okay because they're American companies, right? But where's our information going? Because you know they're selling it to make money.
So, you know, I mean, a lot of you guys might know this, a lot of you might not. But back in the 80s, I can't remember who said it. I think it was the 80s or 90s. You know, I can't remember who said it. But, you know, somebody come out and said, hey, you know, what would you do if the government come to you and said, I want to put a tracking device on you at all times? You know, we would have absolutely refused that. We would have blown it out of the water. There's no way we'd have ever let it happen. Yeah. And then we turned around and do it to ourselves with a cell phone that everybody has in their pocket. They can track every move you make through that cell phone. And, you know, at one time, we would have absolutely refused to do that. Ellen, yeah, probably. I mean, it's all of them. It's, you know, that it's.
Liz is wondering if Kenley can, or she can come over for a little bit. All right. I will never let them put a chip in me. Right. I won't either. Not knowingly.
But the thing about it is you've already got one. You carry it around in your pocket every day.
Right.
I mean.
Ricky said, I'm pretty boring, so they can track me all they want. When I had a bad credit score, I was like, nobody's going to steal my identity. Like, I can't finance a pack of gum. So who's going to, my bank account's empty.
No kidding, Grandma Kay. I haven't heard anything about that. Just had some Chinese massage places arrested in Arkansas for trafficking.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Wow.
Not surprised. The United States has become the world's leader in human trafficking. So
Facebook, Google, and all the big tech companies are literally spying on us 24/7, and we barely make a peep. Exactly, Michael. Exactly. It's 100% correct.
We would have said absolutely no, but we are willing to do it with our phones, even with the power off. It doesn't matter, right?
Yep.
I keep my location off, and my phone yells at me. Mine does too.
It don't do any good to turn your location off, Helen. If they want to know what you're doing or where you're at, I mean, I have. Honestly, and this is probably one of those things that could be a little bit considered out there, but I have there's no question in my mind that if they wanted to hear the conversation going on in your house right now, all they have to do is hit a button. Yeah. And they could listen to everything you say through that cell phone.
Cell phone.
And TVs, the smart TVs anymore.
Camera, well, I don't know. Cameras. So Brian says, who goes live tonight? That's a good question. Who does go live tonight?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember. Who goes live
I don't
tonight,
keep
guys?
up with all that, guys. Whenever my phone dings, I look at it. I don't keep that all in my head. I never thought anyone would steal my identity, but 3 years ago, someone started power service in my name and down. Yeah. It's happening everywhere.
Tasmania, or damn it. Sorry, darn it. I mean, sorry. China bought our port of Darwin in the Northern Territory, and our politicians just sold it on a 100-year lease. Go figure. Yeah, they probably lined their pockets with the money too.
Greg says he put chips in himself, usually with dip.
Yeah. That doorbell reminds me of Beverly Hillbillies. There goes that music again. I bet somebody's at the door. It's Liz texting me.
Brian, absolutely not. You can turn your cell phone off and they can still track you.
I pity the soul that lurks on me when I'm in the toilet.
I'm gonna see if I can get me some coffee.
Y'all know your stuff. Interesting info always. Ace, you don't know the half of it.
Oh yeah,
because YouTube is not a free speech platform. So
I should have never got that deep into it, guys. Cause we don't do that on YouTube, but that's just stating the facts. I mean,
I think that conspiracy has been proven right by now. Wiley, turn off your location and they can't track you. I don't believe that's true. I think they still can. What's scary to me is internet banking, right? Hey, Charlotte, DG lady, welcome. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hey, Tanya. Lauren and Joel go live at 8, and Jan goes live at 6. Okay, so Simply Jan Homestead goes live at 6, and then Lauren and Joel at Making It Home go live at 8. I know it's December 23rd. After not having my computer turned on for 6 weeks, my computer came on at 3 a.m. and it wouldn't turn off. I had to unplug it. Yep. How many subs do you have to go live? I forgot to
ask if I owe you any money for the straps or what you use to tie my tarp now. No, we just used some spare rope we had around here. It's fine.
Yeah. There was something I was saying. Oh, how many subs do you have to go live? I think 50. I think you only have to have 50 subs to go live. Or you can you have to do it ahead of time. You have to do it. You can use third-party software like StreamYard or Streamlabs or something like that and sign up through them. But then you have to do that 24 hours in advance before you go live because you have to give them time to like connect or something, and then you can use third-party software too.
You can do a video.
That's why they changed it so you can't take the battery out anymore. Yeah. Our neighbors can do that with a cone device. We keep a portable radio on now with white noise because we had it happen to us. Dang. That's interesting. Yeah, they can still track you with the location turned off.
73 subs on your channel.
Yeah. I can't track me with or without my location on.
Actually, you can.
Pull the battery out. Yeah, most phones, the battery doesn't come out anymore. Do a factory reset. They're not designed. I think that they're designed that way on purpose. So a factory reset wouldn't help. We don't use numbers on the internet at all. We still pay in person, cash, or money order. You can do a video verify to be able to go live. Okay, so I guess you can do that. It's been a long time since we started, so I don't remember. Ann Arbor said, I can go live now, then I have 73. Yeah, you should try it. The cone of silence. You can't take the SIM card out anymore either. They make the eSIM now. So I think mine still has a SIM card in it.
Oh, absolutely, Jonesy. I mean, there's no doubt, and I've said it multiple times. Me and Jen, never touched on the subject. Never, I've never looked anything like that up. And we got on the subject one day of, buying one of those metal buildings for a shop. And this was back whenever we was in Oklahoma. We got on the subject of that. And no kidding, 5 minutes later, I opened up Facebook, and that's every ad on my Facebook was people wanting to sell me a metal building.
Yes.
Absolutely 100%. There is no doubt they're listening to
and
what
that
you're
was
talking
he
about.
hadn't searched anything yet. We were just talking about it. And then he was like, oh, hey, look. And yeah.
And it happens every time we discuss something like that.
Yeah. Steve said, go in a Faraday cage and then they can't track you, but you also won't be able to use your phone. Yes. Hey, Mama Vet, how are you? Loved watching you build the truck, Wiley.
Thanks. Who said that?
Mama Vet.
Oh, okay.
They're designed to last for so long to force you to buy an upgrade. Right?
Howdy, Big Jim.
It's called planned obsolescence or something like that. You know, because used to back in the day, things were meant to last. Like you only had to buy one of these. You know, a refrigerator would last you 30 or 40 years if you took care of it. Now you're lucky if it lasts you till you get it paid off. You know, because they're just designed to fail.
How you, Vet? I'm loving all and doing good. Awesome. I'm loving you all and doing good. Awesome. Thanks, Yvette.
I accidentally used my credit card before Christmas, and my bank contacted me as someone was trying to buy stuff on Facebook Marketplace. They'd tried 4 or 5 times. Luckily, the bank... Wow. That's crazy. I signed my grandkids up to do homeschooling online, and that's all the ads I get on Facebook now.
Heard that's how they traced all the January 6th protesters. Yeah,
it is,
I believe it. Yes, yeah.
Anybody whose phone pinged in Washington, D.C. that day got investigated. Something that I find crazy that I hadn't even heard about until Trump pardoned them, but there were 25 people that were given 3 or 4 years in prison because they were praying outside of an abortion clinic. Praying.
No, it was like 11 years in prison for that.
Oh, well, one lady I just saw, she'd gotten released and she had been given 3.5 years, but it might be more than that for some of them.
No, Greg, we haven't even been looking. Michael, I wasn't aware of that either. I didn't know that they wasn't changeable SIM cards anymore. It's been a few years since I've upgraded my phone, so I didn't know that.
Yeah, Wiley's going to need a new phone this year, too. It's his turn to get an upgrade. My mom had a washer and dryer for 20 years or longer and had a family of 12. There you go.
I still have one. You still have a bag phone, Charla? Are you serious? I'd love to play with it. Just
my aunt and uncle had one of those.
That's awesome. I mean, we had them. I mean, I know what they are. We had them. It's been years since I've seen one.
Ace said, I believe the weather is fixed too. I agree, Ace. I agree. Wiley's not exactly on the same page on that, but they geo-fence an area and know every phone that comes into the area. Yes, they do. The same way, as soon as you pay off a vehicle, it will quit on you. Amen. If it even makes it till you pay it off. A lot of cars don't even make it that long. Doubt they were just praying, probably dropped to their knees when cops showed up. Probably, and put their hands behind their head, and allowed them to arrest them.
Glenn, I had one 25 cents.
I don't know the story. I had not even heard about that people had gone to prison for praying outside of an abortion clinic.
Hey, Terry.
I live in a metal
box. How are
you
doing? Been a minute since we've seen you.
Move my phone 1/4 of an inch and can't call it to find it. Oh no.
Anyone started Siege yet?
Hey,
Terry. We really thought about it hard yesterday, Michael.
Yeah.
Actually, we're fixing to. It's like within the next week, probably we're going to be working on getting our Siege started.
Yeah.
We're trying to come up with a plan on how to do that and, keep our electric usage down. And I think I've got it all figured out. So yeah.
So we need to buy a couple components for it so that we can do that. And it looks like I'm not going to be able to do my plant sale this year like I wanted to, unfortunately. But we just don't have the infrastructure to do it. And Bobblehead had already said before that we could, use his electric and his water, but I really don't want to do that.
Yvette, I know, but it's not wired in my head to sit on the couch and yell orders. It
drives him crazy.
I can't do it. It's just
yesterday when he hurt himself, I was like, you didn't have to be out there doing it. He was like, well, I had to do it. I was like, you could have asked somebody else. And Wiley has a hard time.
But
he's the man of the house,
Well, it's not only that. I just legitimately feel bad about having to, make the kids do everything that I could be doing. I mean, the kids work hard. Yeah. And I don't, it's just not, I don't know.
So how did Jen hurt your back? Wiley was loading wood into the wood stove yesterday and hurt himself.
Yeah, loading wood in the wood stove.
Don't get me started on trucks, right, Eric? No. Yeah. My mother bought a Norwich refrigerator when I was 5 years old. My nephew inherited it, and when he bought their house, it is still sitting in the laundry room running. I am 66 years old. Things used to be made to last, and they are just not anymore. They quit making Geo Metro because they were so fuel efficient. My uncle had a Geo Metro, and he would drive from New Mexico to California on like $50 or something. They would seriously get like 40 or 50 miles to the gallon, and that was in the 90s and early 2000s. They were crazy efficient. It wasn't a cool looking car, but it was definitely fuel efficient. Just started trade tomato plants today. Got a lot more to do, but hard to start some plants. I have like he said, we're trying to do it energy
Charlotte.
efficiently. So I have like the seed starting mats and I have grow lights and stuff, but we're trying not to use them too much because of how limited electricity we have.
We Jen has already talked to one of the local places up here and was talking about putting a lot of plants in a plant sale at their place this year, but we're just not ready for that. We're not going to be able to do it.
So Brian, the problem is we have our greenhouse in Oklahoma, which is a very good greenhouse. And I really want to bring it here, but I'm kind of losing hope that that's ever going to happen. So we talked about building a greenhouse out of hog panels and plastic, which we've done before and it worked good. It stands up for a couple of years or whatever before it starts to fall apart. But we would have to find a way to heat it because seeds, obviously, they need a certain amount of, the soil has to be a certain temperature in order for it to germinate and sprout. So
come get my full house propane generator.
What the?
What?
I was hoping to start my greenhouse build by March. So Wiley is actually...
Yes, sir, Patrick.
Wiley is supposed to be working with his friend on an upcoming job. And they're going to be tearing down an old hospital. And we're going to see if we can go in and save all the windows before they break them all. And then we can have all those windows to build a nice greenhouse.
Midnight vlogs, I would love... Oh, yeah, speaking of, I'd love a diesel smart car. Speaking of, so... kind of a change of pace here just a minute, but I want to put this out there in case anybody knows Elon Musk. If you know Elon Musk and can talk to him, you let him know this. I am absolutely 100% against electric vehicles. All right. The mandate, the whole forced buying things. But now that stuff's going to be lifted, I want to tell y'all something. I want a Cybertruck. Guys, I want a Cybertruck.
Especially, I think
y'all can say anything y'all want about it. I don't care. I want a Cybertruck. I like different. They are super different. I want a Cybertruck, and I want if Elon Musk's your brother, talk to him for me, please.
Yeah. Sponsor Wiley a Cybertruck. Eric and Tracy are wanting to get plants from me this year. Well, then I'll grow a couple extra. I plan on growing some extra, but I don't plan on doing a big scale operation because we've got really limited space. So, yeah.
Maybe this summer I'll figure out a way to be able to get our greenhouse moved
Mama
from
Bet
Oklahoma.
Is serious, Wiley. You can have it.
What?
Where
are you at? Wiley also hit his head when loading the wood stove. I'll talk to Elon for you. I'll call Elon as soon as the live's over. Thanks, Cindy.
Yeah, Cybertrucks are weak. I don't know. That one that blew up in front of Trump Tower seemed to be
seemed to hold together pretty darn well. No, like I said, I totally against the whole mandate stuff and, going electric and all that stupid stuff. But guys, I am the type of person.
Fire, yeah.
I like anything different. I don't like to be with the same thing that everybody else has. And guys, that's when the Cybertruck first come out. I think they are just awesome.
I think that's why he likes it so much, Glenn, because it looks like something he'd build.
Yeah,
it looks like it was just built out of sheet metal and it was all welded together. It built them out of scrap. Yeah.
I think it's freaking funny that everybody's always talking about it. Looks like a dumpster, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. I'm going to drive around in a car made out of a dumpster. I mean, it's.
Wiley, y'all soon are gonna see Wiley in a dumpster that's got a big like V8 in the back of it. That 12 valve Cummins he's got.
No, I agree. I mean, you're never ever going to replace old muscle. You're never going to replace, even I want to say old muscle, even like Stitch. It's a 2014, but it's a 1962 body. You're never going to replace that kind of truck. Never. But I just think it would be awesome to have a Cybertruck.
Yvette says she's in Texarkana. That's not that far.
Oh, no, you're not far at all.
So you're talking about Gen 2. You're giving it too much info, Jen. Oh.
Yvette?
Yeah.
I mean.
The Cybertruck reminds me of a DeLorean on steroids.
Right. And you got to admit, especially, Back to the Future put DeLorean on the map. I mean, DeLoreans were just cool cars.
And they were
Although they were junk, they were still cool cars.
Yeah, they look cool. I have seen your old truck. You have different, said Charlotte. What about these new gray cars? It looks like they put primer on and then a gloss
Thanks,
coat.
Yvette.
They just skipped the whole paint job.
Yvette, yes, seriously. I mean, I would definitely like to know what you're talking about. And I could definitely use a propane generator. So
he'll make a dumpster truck out of it.
We'll
I'm just kidding.
I'd like to get with you on that.
I think it was Eric that asked, is that why what attracted you to me is because I'm different?
Yeah. She's very different. Whistling Diesel has a Cybertruck.
Oh, she sent us a card.
Yeah, Whistling Diesel has a Cybertruck, but I don't think there's much left of it by now. He's
with the Y capacitor.
I got to be honest with you, Midnight Vlogs. I've watched a little bit of his stuff. I don't like him. I don't know. I don't want to get into that, but yeah.
They had the Wienermobile up for sale.
I would drive the Wienermobile. I would definitely drive the Wienermobile.
You want the Lake Eufaula meetup this summer? Probably.
Lake Eufaula?
Yeah. Is it going to be at Eufaula or is it going to be at, where was that other one? Was it Spring Lake? No.
Tin Killer?
Tin Killer, that's what it was.
Yeah, it was Tin Killer.
Tin Killer, yeah.
If you had an ugly Cybertruck, I would put an old body on it. Well, and that might just happen, Brian. I don't know.
I don't think we're going to be doing... I talked to Mike from DD5 the other day, and he said it was a lot of work to put together that meetup last year, and he's not sure that he wants to do it again this year with them moving and stuff, so I don't know that we're going to have an Arkansas one.
Yes, or I wouldn't have said it. It is very heavy. That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'd like to talk to you about, Yvette, is what I would actually need to be able to get it. I'm not a fan. I just watch to see what he is wrecking in the next video. Yeah. That's pretty much it. That's whenever you got that's somebody that just has too much money. I mean, he's wrecking crap that I would give my left leg for,
And yeah. Wiley's like, he just ruined that and it was so good.
Yeah.
His channel is literally about destroying things.
I'm not a Ford guy. And
Find the Great Outdoors.
He had that dent side Ford from back in the 70s, full-wheel drive that looked like mint condition and just trashed it. Guys, that is the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It'll probably be Lake Eufaula, Oklahoma. Barb. Planters Peanut is looking for drivers for all their peanut mobiles. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, hey, that's cool. I would drive one.
Yeah.
I heard there's a Cybertruck up for sale cheap. Had a mishap with fireworks. I'm pretty sure the FBI still has that under their wraps right now.
In the article I read, it said the frame and chassis are still in good condition, though.
Right.
Yeah.
And that'd be perfect. Then I could put an old truck on there.
Right. Yeah. You could make it gas, but it would look like a Cybertruck.
No, it would still be electric, but with an old body on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. How about we just all go camping in Arkansas Lake from last year? Just camping and hanging out. Absolutely. It wouldn't bother me a bit.
We could pick a weekend and do that.
$46,000 a year to drive a Planter's peanut truck? Are you serious? Wow.
That's decent money. You and Sleeper Dude need to get together and make your own truck.
Yeah, sure.
Some of his videos just make people cry.
Yeah, they do.
I used to date a lady that drove the Wienermobile.
That's awesome.
20 miles from Russellville. So I think that the lake that we went to last year, Blue Mountain Lake, was really awesome. But we ended up having the meetup the same weekend that like this like group of bikers came through, and a lot of people complained that they were really loud all night, revving up their motorcycles, and it was just unpleasant. And they weren't happy that us YouTubers were there taking up their park because this is something they do every year and are used to having the whole place to themselves. And then we show up with, you know, people from all over the country. But I think that if we planned it a different weekend, I'm just worried because people who don't want to camp, there's no hotels around here. There's no restaurants to eat at hardly. There's like no accommodation. So if you can't bring a camper or camp in a tent, then it pretty much like makes it so a lot of people can't come.
I heard on the news that it survived the blast in Oklahoma very well. What? I must have missed something there. Did y'all see the wheels turning in Wiley's head? Absolutely. A new electric stitch. Yeah, it just very could be.
Bob said, "Oh, okay, I'm 50 miles from there." Yeah. More lakes than Blue Mountain, y'all. Our rivers are better. So, Jamie, maybe we should do that. Just plan a camping event saying, hey, we're going camping at this place this weekend if anybody wants to join us. And that's it. You can come join us. We can hang out. And then if everybody wants to, we can kind of pitch in and everybody can throw in something and we can try to cook a meal. I know that's how it's happened at meetups before, but I don't have time this year to be planning anything like that.
Sal.
Mike doesn't either, so I don't think that it's going to happen this year.
While they put a 12-gap valve Cummins in a Cybertruck.
Yeah, we wouldn't be planning games and activities and stuff. It would literally be, I'm going camping. You want to go too? People who have fishing poles can go down to the water or whatever, but yeah. Bye, Sal. Have a good night.
Cindy, that was actually in Vegas, but yeah, it held up extremely well. That's what they said. They picked the wrong truck to do what they done because it didn't even bust the windows out of the front of the building. The Cybertruck kept everything contained.
Yeah. Say that it's all potluck. There you go, Tanya. Yeah. Having a potluck and we're camping.
That would be awesome, guys. I mean, anytime you guys want to get together and have something like that, we'd go for it anyway. Mm-hmm. I mean,
but I think it needs to be somewhere where there's more amenities for people who want to stay in a cabin or a hotel. Because where we're at is pretty remote, and you've got like a couple hotels in Booneville, and then you've got some in Russellville, and then you've got like the lodge, but the lodge is $100 and something a night, and then the hotels in Booneville are really not
just a meet and greet. Yeah, and, Eric, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
hopefully we're one of these days when things get a little more settled in for us and Jeff and all that. I think Jeff's kind of wanting to put something together down at his place. Just have a big cookout, everybody hang out, and just a big deal like that. So yeah, I think it'd be really cool.
Cindy said, I've been taking too many meds this week. Oh, don't hurt yourself, Wiley. You can please some of the people some of the time, but not all of the people all the time. Yeah,
right. Our MT is a host of Mid-American Meetup, and you follow.
All right.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it yet, but yeah,
we
absolutely
haven't been on
right.
live streams either.
I mean, we love Mike and Terry for one thing, and then of course, yeah, we would definitely do everything we could to get to go.
Eric, but licking the spoon is what adds that homemade touch. You gotta lick the spoon and then stir it again, and that's made with love. Is licking the spoon.
Have a camp out, meet out at our place? Yeah, I don't think that would happen. not anytime soon.
No, you'd have to park in town and then walk because there's not a lot of parking here. Everyone over the 41.36 to camp.
Wiley down in a tight knot. Jen, I'll bunk in your tent rig.
Chase your neighbors out and let me buy the land. Patrick, we can let you know if that happens.
I mean, yeah, that's. I've got to be honest. I'm not sure that's not going to happen before too long. We'll see. Okay.
I'll bunk in your tent rig with you and your family. You seem to know what you're doing. Yeah. This last year, we did not camp at the meetup because we had just moved here in April, and then in May was the meetup, and we had camp set up here. We were not going to break camp down to go to the meetup and then come set back up. It would just been a lot, so we were not interested in camping.
Plus, guys, whenever you're living camp life,
yeah,
camping is just not that appealing.
Right. It's like our bed is in here, or we could go sleep in a tent. We're already kind of roughing it, so. In March, we want to have a cookout with you and a few others. We buy food. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yep. You just tell us who you want to invite, and we'll invite them. Mid-America meetup is the weekend before Memorial Day. Gotcha.
10 killers in April.
Yep. Oh, 10 killers in April. Oh, so 10 killers separate, and then there's the one in Eufaula. Okay. Well, we're a couple hours from 10 killer. We're
hours from Eufaula.
Yeah. So it's not that bad though. David has come on headquarters now. Yep. Y'all might be able to talk to him into camping weekend there once we get it all cleaned up.
Right. I would love, and I'm actually, I've talked to Jen. I've told her my plans. We've talked about it quite a bit. Our road coming in is, 900 feet long, whatever. And so the driveway, and then on the north side of the driveway, it kind of drops off like this. I've told her many times, whenever I get where I can, I want to fill that up on that side of the driveway with, 5 or 6 like RV slots. That way, if people do want to come visit, they've got a place they can just back right in, set up an RV, or, throw out a tent or whatever they want to do, and, have accommodations there to stay on our place, and
but it won't be anything major. Like, I don't know that we'll ever be able to like hold a meetup here.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Plus, there's safety concerns. We have kids, and you just don't. I don't know. There's weirdos on the internet, and some of them are not good people. So I got pulled away from something to watch. All right, Ricky. Well, if we're just talking about the meetups, we were talking about 10 killer and Eufaula meetup in Oklahoma this year.
Are those hooks on the ceiling for a swing or
hang your tea jug?
What hooks?
What hooks? What are we going to see?
I don't even know what hooks you're talking about.
Yeah. We definitely don't have a swing, let me tell you.
Deep Fork Campgrounds in Eufaula. 16, 17, and 18. Awesome, Evelyn. Thank you. I'll have to remember that. Look up in comments, Yvette said. Did you?
Let's see. Keep looking for Yvette. I'm scrolling back a ways. Dang it. I don't know where it is. Am I looking for your comment or someone else's?
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything, Yvette. McKevin, howdy.
Hey, McKevin. How's it go?
Just because I want to buy Michael doesn't make me weird.
No, that probably makes you smart.
Yeah.
That would be a good investment.
I'm not seeing one, Yvette. We went up quite a ways there just now scrolling, and I didn't see one. Yeah, now we're gonna have to figure out what we got to do to make reservations. Although. How far is it from the Coram Landing area? Do you know? Does anybody know how far the meetup's going to be from the Coram Landing area? I have a hookup in Coram Landing, so yeah.
Oh, under the 10 killer comment. That's why I had Emmy post her stuff under Shiloh Acres instead. Yeah. We're back up to talking about Electric Stitch. I don't know what's wrong with our
Yvette, I don't know if like you might have said something that they didn't. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, let's look up in comments. I'm not seeing nothing that we missed, Yvette.
Yes, or I wouldn't have said it. It's very heavy. Oh, I'm the generator.
No, well, I actually replied to that message. That's the last message I'm seeing from you, Yvette, is where you said yes, or I wouldn't have said it. It's very heavy. I did say that's kind of why I want to get with you, because that I would like to know what I need to be able to come get it. But that's the last message I'm seeing from you.
Down from there.
Down from there.
Down from there. You're still going up.
But I had to go back up to get to it. There it is. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I guess it's... I don't know. I'm still not seeing it. What the heck? Not for lack of not trying.
That's... Yvette, seriously, between the time you said look up in comments and you said, that it's very heavy, there is nothing from you. I don't...
That we can see on here.
That we can see. I'm not sure what happened.
Sometimes YouTube is weird. Yeah, Helen, I know that when Emily gets her channel going, we're going to have to keep a really close eye on it for creeps.
There was something retracted around that time. I'm wondering if you might have not, if you might have said something wrong, or, there's no telling what happened, but if YouTube might have not let it, not let it post.
Tell Amber, as of today, I'm single. She's currently identifying as unavailable. So that's, or out of order, I mean. That's
Are we all in live chat, or was she in top chat? Oh, hey, matter of fact. Oh,
we're in live chat, yeah. I didn't even say I was going to Emily's site. I think we've been on here over an hour already.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's 5:15.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
So
time really flew by today.
I think they said Jan at Simply Jan Homestead goes live at 6. And then Lauren and Joel over at Making It Home go live at 8 Central Standard Time on both those, I believe.
Peter goes live on Wednesdays, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's another day he goes live too.
So she said we got 45 more minutes.
Oh, yeah. Out of commission. Yes. She is out of commission.
Who's out of commission?
Amber.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You may have used a word that got moderated by YouTube.
Yeah.
There was something retracted around it. Time, tell Amber. Oh.
YouTube is weird. Amber's was out there making dinner.
Yeah, she was out there cooking.
I see her out there still. She's over there.
So any news on the trailer for Black Sheep? Nope, Steve, we're just waiting on her. They're getting quotes and stuff for the movable to get it moved.
And they're trying to make a plan for how they're going to pay for it, and try to, there's going to have to be some clearing and stuff done to get it to where they want to put it. So.
Patrick said, I said to name our channel Eating with Wiley. That would keep the creeps away. I'm right under raw.
Sunday and Wednesday. Peter goes live Sundays and Wednesdays.
Yvette, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Where is that in Oklahoma? Are you talking about Lake Eufaula? It's, I don't know. Lake Eufaula is probably an hour and a half from Fort Smith, right?
Pretty much central Oklahoma.
Off of I-40.
A little bit east of central.
Yeah.
Right on I-40.
Lake Tin Killer is up by Tulsa. Kind of.
I just don't know, Yvette.
If we're planning a camping trip, what? You scrolled too far now.
Whoops, what happened?
Never mind, you lost it. If you're planning a camping trip, you don't need a motel room. Ha ha ha. Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, we don't use motels.
But there are a lot of, the majority of our audience is like 65 and up.
She said she's retyped it 3 times. Yvette, I don't.
Are you trying to like put a phone number or something in it? Because if it's got your phone number, it may not let you put it in
Yeah, you must be entering something that YouTube is not letting show up on this chat.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you're doing. Oh, okay. That's what it is. YouTube will not let you do that. So it's YouTube's deleting it. They're not letting it show up. They're blocking it before it comes in. So yeah, there's not. It's not going to let you do that. You'll have to either text or email one of us or something.
And you may not want to put your phone number in the live stream anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't do. I wouldn't recommend it. A lot of people
watch this. Like a lot of the people that we're watching that are in here now that have been chatting. I don't think that any of those. I'm not confident that any of those people would cause you any problems. But there's a lot of people. She'll mail us a card. Okay. You could email us. Do
you use email or anything, Yvette?
Our email address for both of our channels is listed in the description of all of our videos. So it's really, our email address is really easy to find.
Now, Yvette, here's the thing. If you want,
hey Jen, how's it going?
If you're 100% comfortable with putting your phone number out here and you want to do that, do it as in, so let's just say, I'm off the top of my head, 405 is an Oklahoma area code. So type out 4, F-O-U-R, and then put 0, and then type out 5, if you,
But you probably shouldn't do that on here.
If you're comfortable with that. I mean, I would not recommend putting my phone number on here. But if you really wanted it to get through that way, you could do that. You could, type one number out, spell it out, and then put the next number, and then spell the next number out, and then put the next number, and then YouTube won't catch on.
Patrick said a lot of us are smarty pants and might call to see if your refrigerator is running. Or Facebook Messenger. Wiley has Facebook. I do not use Facebook. 1-800, etc. You can. Yeah. Don't type it out of it until I get a pen and paper. I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to talk about something else, but I forgot what it was now. Yeah. Oh. I was going to reply to Glenn's comment. They're going to need someone who specializes in moving mobile homes.
Yes.
There's quite a few things that have to go on before it's moved. So it does have axles under it. We probably could.
I can redneck it over here. I could.
But getting caught doing it is an $8,000 fine.
Right.
And so it costs a couple thousand less to have somebody do it for her than get caught doing it.
Eric, I ain't heard that one in a long time. Is there a way us viewers can help Black Sheep Project? Bill, yes, actually. We don't want to be involved in that, so you'd have to go over to their channel, and I think she does have like a
PayPal and
Cash App and all that stuff on her channel. But yeah, I mean, definitely.
They could definitely, Stacy, they could definitely add on to the mobile home, yes.
Oh, yeah, definitely. There's permits involved on oversized loads, 14-foot, yeah.
So
cars,
I actually looked it up, and if it's under 16 foot 6 inches, it is only a $17 permit fee. But in the state of Arkansas, you have to have a licensed and insured person to move it.
Is there any of my mods that could post a link to Black Sheep Project, please? Yeah, but the thing about that is to be able to get a permit to move it, you have to have a DOT, you have to have all the insurances, you have to have all the licensings. I don't have all that. So yeah, I'm now, I said on, I think our Wednesday live or something like that, if we was in Oklahoma, if you if you pull it with a tractor, it's considered ag, and it's like you don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. And I would imagine it's close to the same here, but I've never looked into those laws. And, you know, honestly, my tractor ain't big enough to pull it anyway. But if you had a big enough tractor, you could probably move it and not have to worry about it as long as it's ag related. So you're doing it with a tractor, it's ag related.
Thank you, Rachel, for posting that. By any chance, can you pull up their like PayPal or Cash App and drop that link too, and then I can pin it to the top of the chat?
Ours was always chicken legs, Daniel. That's funny though.
What, do you have big feet?
Yeah.
Where do you get your shoes? Usually at Atwood's.
I always said, you know, what do you have chicken legs? Well, I bet you look awful funny.
Yeah. Rachel said she's doing dishes and had to dry her hands. You know, if you made the kids do the dishes, then your hands would be dry.
Wow, Mama V, how come you're not a mod?
Oh, hey.
I thought you was a mod.
Yeah. Oop.
Yeah, don't hit that one.
Yeah.
Jen just tried to hide you on our channel.
Yeah. Instead of getting a wrench, you would have got blocked. Teach you to ask for a wrench again. Normally they do the dishes. Yeah. I'm going camping. What? My trailer isn't DOT approved.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put those roosters in that trailer and bring it over. Yeah. Right. Hey, Steven. I think Rachel's kids are a figment of her imagination. We've never seen any.
Oh. I promise they exist.
Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen them.
Oh, Yvette, thank you so much.
Oh, hey, thanks,
She upgraded her membership. Thank you so much. I'm on sale, so can't open and paste their PayPal and Cash App, but they are on their About page. Yes, they are. So we don't want to have our hand in the money pot at all. So if anybody wants to help out Black Sheep Project, please go directly to their page.
I mean,
and donate
as you guys all know, I mean, just for clarity on that, I'd love to help them out, and I'd love, you know, we would absolutely, every dime that was sent to us would go to them. The problem with that is as y'all know, if it comes into our account, we have to claim it as income. So it's, you know, it's better just to totally skip the middleman, send it straight to them if you want to help them out. Yeah.
And also, you know, please consider, if you're going to send the money, please consider using Cash App or PayPal, because YouTube takes 30% if you do like a super chat or something on their channel, and it takes like 60 to 120 days to get that paycheck. So it doesn't come automatically.
Why can't I send money to y'all? No, so we're talking about for Black Sheep Project. Black Sheep Project's trying to build their money up to get their mobile home moved. And, you know, we don't want it sent to us, just like I said, because we don't, you know, we would have to claim that on our income and all that good stuff. So, you know, Black Sheep Project would have to have it sent to them. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll send it with a card. Mikey likes it. I tell Michael that all the time, Patrick.
And Mikey likes anything he can eat, period.
Right. Yeah. There's even leftovers that'll be in the fridge for like a week. And I'm like, you probably shouldn't eat that. You should probably give that to the dogs. And he's like, whatever, I'm hungry. And
oh, no. So, Yvette, we have in our, you know, we have PayPal and Cash App and all that in our, what is it?
Video descriptions.
In the video descriptions and all that stuff. That's all there. That's not a problem.
Oh, I guess you could send MoneyGram too. I don't exactly know how to do that anymore, but I think you can go to Walmart and do that. I don't know.
Yeah, Yvette. And
Bill makes a good point. Send it friends and family instead of services.
Bye, Lynn.
If you send it goods and services, PayPal takes a percentage.
Oh, Mama can't do those things. Yeah. Okay, sorry, Yvette. Yeah, I mean, we did have a lady send us a little bit of money the other day on a Walmart.
That was to Amber, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was for Amber. Yeah, that's right. So, it was a Walmart thing.
Wiley got an email and said he had to go pick it up or something. And
I don't know nothing about all of it. All I know is I walked into Walmart and said, hey, here's this number on my phone. And
Michael can do magic with a plate to make food disappear. Yes,
yeah, he sure can.
He can make mountains disappear if you put it on a plate. Oh yeah. So thank you, Mama V. Here's their PayPal. I'm gonna go ahead, instead of putting their channel link up, I'm gonna go ahead and pin this to the top. And then
absolutely, Yvette. But if you do send it,
wait.
Our Mountain Home is the only banking account, checking account we have here is Our Mountain Home. So make it payable to Our Mountain Home.
Yeah.
If you
otherwise we won't be able to cash it.
Right.
If you put like Jen and Wiley on it, yeah, we won't. They won't let us cash it. Where did Mama V's comment go? Oh, she deleted it. That's why. Whoops. What the heck is going on here? Just go down.
Now look at that. We make Mama V a moderator, and one of her first posts she messed up and had to delete.
You were doing so much better without a wrench. The power's too strong.
Right.
Anyway, yeah. So, yeah. What else do we want to talk about, Wiley?
I don't know.
Oh, hey. Apparently the chat just had to catch up. Those are money orders from Walmart. Their PayPal is bsphomestead@gmail.com. Yes.
Fight. Amen, Patrick.
And
Amen.
their Cash App is BSP Homestead. So Black Sheep Project Homestead, which is basically the same as their email. If y'all wanted to, make sure you tell them it's for moving the camper or moving the house.
Yeah. Put a little note in there, whatever you can do, and say, for that, for sure.
Yeah.
Yvette, I'm the same. I've become less familiar with technology. Has become easier.
More complicated. Oh, she
transposed the P and the S. Oh, okay.
Michael is a vacuum. Yes, he is.
Oh,
Teen
he's
boys
definitely.
do like to be eaten. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And
Michael especially.
Yeah. Hunter doesn't eat as much as Michael, but Hunter
he's
also
getting
doesn't.
there.
He's getting there, and he also doesn't work as hard as Michael does.
No.
Although I am very surprised. That must be a lot of progress. You letting him drive the tractor yesterday.
I let him drive the tractor?
Yes. With the wood.
You must have given me too much pain medication.
Yeah, no. Bye, Glenn. See you later.
Bye, Glenn.
Told Hunter and Michael they're going to have to start learning how to hunt so they can get their own food.
Well, here's the thing with me.
Oh, dang. Yeah, Steve, that would be a... But what, did 25 people do that? Because there was 25 of them in jail for praying outside the abortion clinic. So did they all go in and say, I can see, arrested for blocking the driveway. But they don't arrest climate activists for blocking the highway.
Okay, let's get back off that.
Yeah, sorry.
No more.
Bad. Yeah, okay.
So here's the thing. Have you ever heard of reverse psychology?
Yes.
So I knew that letting Hunter drive the tractor would make him be like, oh, heck yeah, I'll bring in firewood.
Yes.
I mean, come on, guys.
Michael can engineer a plate like no other.
Yvette said deer and squirrel for what?
For tell Michael and Hunter they need to learn how to hunt so they can catch their own food.
Oh, absolutely. But I ain't going to let them have any of my pew-pews. So, I'm going to be the one have to go do that.
Wiley meant to say we lost all of our pew-pews. In
I don't have any pew-pews. What am I talking about?
Unfortunately, they're at the bottom of the lake and we no longer have said pew-pews.
Yeah.
It was such a sad day, wasn't it, Wiley?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday.
No, Brian. So he set it up and got it all set up there, and then it rained for 2 days straight, and I think the wood swelled up enough that the little gate ain't working right. So I don't even think. I think he's just it. Hunter's very ADHD, and I think it's totally slipped his mind that it's even setting up there anymore.
Mama Vet does bang. What is that? Oh, okay. Yeah, good. Hunter's fixing to use bow and arrow. Yes, actually, he has a long bow, and he needs a new string for it and some arrows.
Yep.
So, otherwise, he'd be out there practicing, but his string, he he doesn't have one.
Yeah.
And his arrows, the arrows he has are old and wore out, and the tips are falling off.
Yeah, I'm
and
not
the
sure
feathers
that I
are
would,
falling off. And
I'm not
so,
sure I would be
I don't want one of them to snap.
I don't think I would want to knock one of those arrows because they're.
So he needs a new string for his bow, but he's got one. Got a recurve? Yes.
Recurve, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is it a recurve?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a recurve.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
It's a Martin longbow, I think it is.
Yeah. Is it Martin? Yeah, I think it is Martin. Yeah. I'm sure it's probably not, anything special, but it would definitely be a good one for him to play with and get started on. Yeah. Does Emmy tolerate her brothers well, or she's smart enough to hide? She's not smart enough to hide, but yeah, she don't tolerate them very well either.
Yeah. Her and Hunter have been getting along better as they've gotten older, though. And Emily and Michael definitely get along better now that, like, when Michael was a teenager and Emily wasn't yet, they did not get along.
Right.
But now that they're both kind of older.
I think Emmy's maturity level is rising up more to Michael's side now, to where it was, yeah.
The one they really can't stand is Lily. None of them can stand
none of
Lily.
them. Yeah, no.
Lily's a whole lot of extra.
Yeah.
And she's hard to deal with, even for us.
Yeah.
Even for us. We're like, golly, Lily, do you ever be quiet? If she's not talking, she's like making noises and yeah.
Because she's the baby. Yeah, that's exactly right.
And yeah. I got a string somewhere. I will look for it. All right. I
awesome.
need to remember what
was
size
it? Like
it is.
I want to say 55 inch. I looked at it on the internet here a while back and I can't remember what it was. I'd have to look at it and make sure, but yeah.
Yeah, I added one to our shopping list on Amazon. I don't remember what size it was though. But we did the research and found out which one we needed, and then I put it in our cart just in case, so that when we did go to buy it, that we'd already have it
know where
out.
it was. Tanya said one of my granddaughters is like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I was
hey.
shocked but proud that Emily loves archery. She and Rob.
That is so awesome.
Daddy-daughter time. That is awesome, Helen. Actually, so our Emily.
Lily's a lot like a certain person. You must be talking about Wiley.
So Helen, our Emily, going back to TV to watch y'all. Okay, Yvette. You'll be here, but I know that you're not going to be able to talk or comment if you're on TV. But
Cindy says, I have a Lily. She's an Emily, and she will be 40 in February. She calls, and I just put the phone on speaker and lay it down and keep doing what I was doing. I can never get a word in edgewise anyway. Every once in a while, you're just like, yep.
So our Emily is really, really wanting to go hunting with me.
Yes. She's actually like, when are we going to go hunting? When are we going to go hunting?
Yeah.
So
and honestly, she's a better shot than the boys. Mm-hmm. Just out here target practicing and stuff like that. With the 22.
Wait, we don't have one of those. With the BB gun.
And she is actually a better shot than the boys. Yeah.
They make cool little keyboard remotes that you can use for TV now, about $20. Oh, that'd be cool.
I remember back in the day, Rachel, we had what is TiVo? No, it wasn't TiVo. I don't even remember. It was like a satellite company, and it came with a keyboard, and you could play games and type and through their service, you could use your TV as a computer. You didn't need a computer. It was right there. You could do all your web searches, everything right on your TV with this little keyboard they supplied. It was neat.
Yeah.
Web TV. Yep. That's what it was.
Steve said, are you all proud of Wiley and Jen going for over an hour not talking about food? Well, thanks for bringing it up. Since you asked, Amber's making dinner, and she takes like this, she's using like
thanks, T.
a flank steak or something that she got on sale. And then she rolls it up and wraps it with bacon and sticks a toothpick through it. And then she like fries them on the outside and gets them all brown on the outside. And then she cooks them in a gravy and slow cooks them for a couple of hours. And she's going to make that with mashed potatoes and, I don't know, corn or green beans or something. It's going to be delicious.
Hi, Estella.
Oh, tease it. I'm keeping my YouTube premium for at least a month. I hope you get the kickback. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I don't know if that promotion has ended yet already. I haven't gotten notification that it has ended yet.
I've got to be totally honest with you, T. I don't like it.
I love it.
And I'm not going to, well, matter of fact, I think yesterday they wanted to, me to pay for my first month's paid subscription after the free, and I'm not doing it. I don't like it.
I told him he's got to remember to cancel it, and he forgot.
Yeah.
Hey, Stella, thanks. 168 thumbs up and 204 watching. Yeah, y'all please hit that thumbs up button.
So let me clarify that just a little bit. I love not having commercials on my videos as I'm watching them, but there's a whole lot of stuff that my phone's doing. I can close out a video I'm watching on YouTube, completely close it out, hit the X button, completely close it out, go back, watch another video, close that video out, then turn my phone back on, and the previous video will be back on my phone.
And that just drives him crazy.
It drives me insane. I
wonder if it's a setting you can turn off. So yeah, and Brian said, I'm surprised Jen hasn't yawned yet. I was yawning like crazy, and that's why I drank a cup of coffee since we've been sitting here, because I didn't want to fall asleep on the live stream. So
the funny thing is, she done really good at waking up every couple hours last night, keeping the fire going.
A lot of people might not have heard that.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I messed up my back again yesterday, guys.
Yes, you did.
And I couldn't even. It took me like 30 minutes to get into bed, and that's literally after I had sat down on the edge of the bed. It took me about 30 minutes to get to the other side of the bed. And then I could not get comfortable. I just had a sharp pain the whole time I was laying down. So finally, I get back up and I go outside and I sat down on the couch and I got some relief on the in the recliner.
Thanks, Stacy.
So I wound up sleeping out there on the recliner all night last night. And Jen was up and down, keeping the fire going to keep me warm and all that good stuff.
I didn't want him to get cold out there. So
my point with all that was, of course, that's letting you guys know that didn't know that already.
So I didn't sleep good last night because I was literally up every 2 hours.
Then she comes in here a while ago, right before the live, and she was like, Emily, you're on Wiley duty tonight. You're going to have to take care of Wiley tonight.
Yeah, she gets baked.
Then she goes and drinks a cup of coffee, so now she's going to be up all night anyway.
Probably. Yeah.
Workin With Wiley. I signed up. Oop.
I love YouTube Premium. Had it for a couple of years and have not had your problem at all. I love YouTube Premium.
It's insane the stuff it does to my phone. I don't like it.
It's probably your phone. I love being able to download stuff and watch it later. I like being able to turn my phone screen off and just listen to things and not run my battery dead having the screen on.
That is the two things that I think that I will miss. I know I will miss is not having ads and being able to shut your screen off and listen to something.
But that drove him crazy at first because he's like, I turned my phone off. Why is it not stopping? Why is it still talking?
Yeah, because used to, I just, shut my screen on my phone and, the video I was watching would quit playing.
Yeah. Sounds like you both need good foot rubs again. I could go for a good foot rub.
You mentioned it, Brian, and then she did it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then he said, dang it, if I didn't yawn.
Oh, you didn't yawn.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay, so I'm fighting it because you're talking about it. And now I want to. So usually by this time of day, I'm pretty tired, y'all. And if I don't drink coffee, I'm about the time the sun goes down. Amber and I are like, dang, I'm so tired. And we're like, it's only 5:30. We can't go to bed yet.
It is so crazy here, guys.
We say this all the time, but...
yeah, I'm sure every one of you's heard it, but the way of the mountain, the way the ridge is situated here is at 3:30. It feels like it's time to go to bed. 3:30, 4 o'clock. It feels like it's time to go to bed here.
Bye, Carla.
But then you can leave here and get a quarter mile down the road and it's full daylight. with a couple hours of daylight left.
Yeah.
You'll have to tell us if the watch list is every night working. What? Have a great weekend. Bye, Carla. That's what wife is doing. Didn't think about it being no ads.
Yeah. Let's see. I signed up for
door education class a couple years ago at school. She learned archery, how to make honey and maple syrup.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that is awesome. Yeah. Regular coffee keeps me up, but
used to didn't at all.
Huh.
So if I drink a cup of coffee in the morning, I don't really feel it. When I drink a cup of coffee in the morning, I don't really feel like it affects me. So I'm really trying not to drink it because I like to drink it because it tastes good and it's warm and warms your soul.
Turn the light on for Amber while she's trying to cook.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Daylight still here. Wow.
Yeah, no.
Are you kidding? It's literally.
Look, you can see out our windows over here. It looks like it's dark out there almost.
You can still see a little bit of light, but not much.
Yeah. Good thing I made the bed, or Lily made the bed,
because I just turned it that far. Yeah, so we feel like it's bedtime, and then we go down the hill to Liz and Micah's house,
hey guys,
and it's
I gotta go
still
too.
daytime.
I have kids working Russellville. All right, Bob, we'll see you later.
See you later. Yeah, hey,
thanks for hanging out.
Really feels like it's time to go to bed. Yes, it does. Yeah. I can't wait for summertime.
And that's just a natural. Even in the summertime here, it gets dark a lot earlier than it does, a quarter mile down the road because of the ridge right here. The ridge runs right behind us.
Greg says dark here in Chicago. That's because you're an hour ahead of us.
No, we're Chicago time.
Oh, yeah, we are Chicago time. Never mind. Yeah. It's dark in Louisville, Kentucky.
Now, Louisville, I think, is Louisville one of those that don't have daylight saving time? I know over in that area, it's kind of hit and miss on who does and who don't change their time.
How far are you in the valley? I'm on a small hill. We are on the side of a mountain. And we're facing north. Yeah. So the sun sets, in the south. Well, kind of. I mean, the south side of the mountain. And if you go over it.
We own like maybe a little 1 acre spot on top of the ridge. And then it comes down the side of the mountain all the way down. And where our camp is down at the very bottom of our property on the bottom of the ridge. So the ridge is literally right here.
And we lose sun on our solar panels at like 2:00 in the afternoon. We only have sun from like 9 to 11 or 9 to 2 or something like that.
Brett, I'll be flat out honest with you. I mean, to play around with and do small things with, they're pretty awesome. They're just not the greatest. Jess over at Tree Haven, I was working for him up in Ozark. He's got one. It's got the little, 2-cylinder, like 18 horse or whatever, Briggs and Stratton motor on it. And it's okay, but it's so small that it's very, you start digging with it and it wants to just tip the machine over. They're not the greatest. I'll be honest with you. Y'all are still here? Yep, Christy.
Yeah, we're still here. I'm not sure what you mean by that comment, Bill. He said, you'll have to tell us that the watch list is working for revenue. I'm not sure what.
I'm not sure what you're referring to, Bill.
The experts say that an early afternoon nap is good for your circadian rhythm.
Really?
I have a hard time taking a nap during the day.
It's still a little light here, but not much down the road. Trees blocked out a lot. Yeah.
Hoping this year will be everyone's last time setting clocks back and forth. Yeah.
That would be nice. Yeah.
Right. So I was listening to a thing on how daylight savings started. And apparently it started during World War I, World War II. And there had been people that had proposed the idea. And the original proposer of daylight savings time was worried that in the wintertime when he was hunting butterflies, that it got dark too early after he got off work and he couldn't hunt butterflies. So he said he wanted to change back the time 20 minutes. Well, then someone else had brought up years later and it didn't pass again. And this was over in Europe. And then I think it was maybe the Germans. I could be wrong on that. Maybe it was the Germans, but they were like, what if we set it back a whole hour? And they did that because then the plants could stay open longer, manufacturing weaponry and bullets and stuff for the war. So that's apparently how daylight savings time got started, was because they needed to have more daylight, because back in those days they didn't have electricity in the factories, I guess.
Yep.
And now we're still stuck with it. And I wish it would just stay one or the other.
Helen, I absolutely loved my Keurig. I had the same, probably close to the same one. It would make a full pot, or you could make individual cups. I absolutely loved it, but them little Keurig pods are expensive. So I did actually go buy one of those little screen pods that you put in there, and then you put your own coffee in it. But I don't know, it just wasn't the same as actually good boiled, cooked coffee.
We use a French press, and it is awesome.
Yeah.
It is awesome. There's not really any moving parts to go bad. It is awesome. So we just boil water in the teapot and pour it in with the coffee grounds and let it set for a few minutes, and it's good to go. Let's see. How do I find y'all on Facebook? I'm not on Facebook.
Yvette Jenn is not on Facebook, but I have my Workin With Wiley Facebook, or I have it's Wiley Paul, Paul. Mm-hmm. So
Wiley.
Yeah, Wiley Paul, or Workin With Wiley, the same as the YouTube channel. Either one of those would get us hooked up on Facebook.
Yeah.
Although I don't do a whole lot on the Workin With Wiley Facebook right now. I haven't in a while. I don't know why. I just always use my personal Facebook. But yeah.
6:45 here. I think that's what somebody said.
Around the clocks.
5:48 here.
Everyone send emails so they don't have to post in open chat. 1 year they tried not going off daylight time. Some of the kids got hit waiting for school buses in the morning. See, that's what I was always told was the reason they done daylight savings time was basically around the school kids, is where the school kids didn't have to wait on the bus in the dark and all that stuff. I never really looked into it, but that's what I was always told.
Started in England to black out cities because of the war.
Maybe a towable is better way to go. Yes, Brett. I think if I was going to buy one of those towable ones like Harbor Freight sales would probably be what I would buy.
Chrissy said, there's no way I can afford Keurig the way I drink coffee all day. Yeah. Wallapeenies. Partially in-ground greenhouses. Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yep. We're actually talking about making one of those here.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Actually, we started making one up on the other end of the property. We started digging into the side of the hill there quite a while back, and then I just give up on it.
Oh, Cindy said she remembers when daylight saving started.
Yes, sir, Eric. It's the same. Cool tip. Great advice. Thanks, guys.
No problem.
Yeah, I have actually been looking into those. There's actually a guy on YouTube that is testing one of them out, and he does a lot of work with that little towable backhoe. And it seems pretty interesting to me.
Helen, it would be interesting to do to research it and find out all the different theories as to why daylight savings time started. Because it seems like we've all heard different things.
Yeah,
so it'd be interesting to come up with all of this and then try to get to the bottom of like where it actually
really
originated.
did. Yeah.
I've heard several stories. I heard the time change was for the farmers, the school kids. The list goes on. Yeah. Maybe they just keep updating it so that more people feel like, oh, it's for me. It's for me. I want to keep that,
Yeah.
I don't know. I had something to say, but never mind. It gets a little, I
always thought it was for harvesting. Yeah. It's Dracula started daylight savings time.
Fact check is your friend. But you can't even trust what you find on the internet.
Yeah. I mean, how do you fact check anything?
Even history books, you can't exactly trust what is said in there because the victor is the one who always writes the book. So you never really get the side of the person who lost to find out what was really going on.
Yep.
And then, recently, not exactly recently, but all of our history is being whitewashed. They're tearing down statues and monuments and whitewashing history and not teaching these things to kids because it's offensive. Who cares if it's offensive? History repeats itself. It's important to know about it so you know how to not do that again, Anyway.
Also,
I grew up in Arizona. We didn't have daylight savings time. Yeah, Mama V had said earlier that Arizona's the only one that doesn't.
Well, there used to be, back whenever I was driving a truck anyway, there was a couple of states like around the Kentucky area, maybe Illinois, Indiana. I don't remember what states they was, but I know we had to really watch what we was doing when we was traveling through there, because sometimes they would be East Coast time, sometimes they would be West Coast time or Central time. So we really had to watch our clocks right there in that area, because maybe it was just a partial part of the state. I don't know. But I do remember that when you was delivering out there, you really had to pay attention to what you was doing, or you would miss your delivery because they didn't change their time like everybody else did.
Cindy, so, that makes sense. That kind of ties into the story that I heard about, daylight savings time starting at the, so that the factories could stay open longer to make bullets and stuff for the war. Whitewash is offensive. Well, you're too easily offended then, Brett. Don't you know that that's a kind of like painting you can do? Whitewashing of furniture? Cabinets? Indiana used to not, but they do now. I can tell you from experience that they are rewriting history. I've been there. There you go. Yeah, Eric's old enough to know history. He was probably there when it happened. I'm just joking.
Indiana didn't used to change time. Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it was then, Steve. Maybe that's what it was. Didn't honor daylight savings time. I lived yet. Okay. I was thinking, I couldn't remember exactly where, but I knew there was a place up there that didn't. And because like I said, as a truck driver, we have to pay attention to that kind of crap. And no, you don't. By Google, I thought I was naming a dog Little Bear in Russian, and found out later I actually named her Bowl. Yeah, that's funny, because you see these people go out and get these Chinese tattoos on their arms, and they're like, this means butterfly, and I'm like, how do you know it don't mean butthole? How do you know? Really? There's some tattoo artist over here laughing his butt off because
because you don't know any better. I'm gonna show this person.
I wish I never got rid of my history and science books from school. The ones that the parents ended up with paying for because them
lost them.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
Yes. To see how different they are from today's history books. So we actually bought history books for our kids' history books. So they're very, very interesting.
Yeah, but still,
you still don't know because it's from a different perspective. You don't know.
Any book you read is written by one person's perspective. Period.
Right.
I don't care if it's history or what. It's written by one person's perspective.
Right.
And you never know.
Right. Yeah.
Tennessee is half Eastern and half Central. It gets confusing.
Oh, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
I know. Okay, y'all go. Lily wrote me a note that said the time is 5:51. We should be done already. Y'all go put some wood in the fire then. She said we need to start a fire. It's cold.
I already did.
Oh, well, y'all let it get too low if you need the vacuum.
Yeah.
We use a vacuum, so we picked up this like bucket vacuum at Home Depot or one of the big box stores. And I think it was like $25, and it was a shop vac that clips onto a 5-gallon bucket. That thing's awesome. And we actually turn the hose around and make it blow instead of suck. And that's how we get our fire going. We have a metal pipe that we stick in the wood stove and then put that hose in there and it blows air in there and it gets the wood stove going real easy.
It gets really good. I'm following you now and sent you a message. Thank you, Yvette. Okay.
Does that mean Amber's finished cooking dinner? I don't know.
I'll check it whenever I get off here.
I'm falling over.
Whoa.
I don't see her out there anymore.
When I was in 6th grade, I showed Dad that our history book didn't match the history books Mom and Dad had. Yeah. Yeah, totally. That's great idea on the vacuum. Yeah, that vacuum. So, I used 55-gallon drums to make my barrels for the wood stove. And at the very bottom, there's that, 2.5-inch round plug at the bottom, and I cut the door right above that. So it's perfect. I have this metal piece of pipe that I stick through that bottom piece and then stick that vacuum into, and it works perfect to get a good fire going. And it don't take very long either. I
think it's time to start the generator.
Yep, I think so.
Because the light in here just shut.
Well, that's that stupid thing up there. Yeah. That's, that ain't right anyway.
Yeah, the kids are being awfully quiet. They're probably out there doing something they're not supposed to.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah.
By the way, glad to see Michael and the kids more in your working videos. Well, we need their help.
Yeah, we do.
So.
Yeah.
And they're getting more comfortable with the idea of being on camera and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, hand sanitizer ain't nothing but alcohol. So, yeah, it works great for a wood starter. Yeah.
In fact, we had a whole gallon of hand sanitizer that we used last winter in our Oklahoma wood stove to help start the fire. It worked really good, but you had to be careful, though.
Helen, whenever we was in Oklahoma, that's exactly what we used. We had one of them 110, plugs into a wall outlet, air mattress, blower upper, and that's exactly what we used. Yeah.
Yeah. Wiley, you are a MacGyver. Yes, he is. Yes. Yeah, 2-hour live. We got 2 minutes and Dan's going live, so we need to get off here anyway.
Yeah, we need to get off here anyway. You just seen our lights go out.
I didn't expect to be on here for 2 hours.
it's probably time, like she said, to charge up some batteries and maybe eat dinner. And I mean, of course, if it's Amber cooking, it's probably going to be about 1 o'clock in the morning before we get to eat dinner, but we'll see.
She makes really good food, but it's usually because she cooks it for hours and hours and hours.
Ever.
And so Michael and Wiley get impatient.
I'm too fat for that, guys.
Too fat? What do you mean? You have a long time till you wither away. You could wait a little while longer. Wiley just wants to get back out to his comfy chair. Yeah. Okay, well, let's get off here.
All right, guys. Y'all have a great weekend. We love y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out. And we will see y'all next Wednesday on Our Mountain Home. And then next Friday again on Workin With Wiley.
Yeah, and Saturday mornings at about 9:30 Central Standard Time, I go live with Amber on her channel at Positively Obnoxious. So come over and check us out tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Love to hang out with you guys.
Yeah, I just seen Simply Jan's going live sign just popped up. So, we're going to get off here, guys. See y'all later.
All right. Love y'all. Bye.